And welcome back. Well, calling Mark Dobmeier's offseason eventful would be a significant understatement. However, if you've paid attention over the last month and change, you've seen that on the track, his look is really the only thing that's changed. Midco SN's Shawn sat down with Dobmeier to get his thoughts on this newest phase of his career. It's this week's Inside Track.
All right, thanks, Jay. It certainly was an interesting offseason for Mark Dobmeier after parting with Midco Motorsports in late March, leaving the veteran without a ride for the 2018 season. But Dynamite able to work out a deal with Todd LaHaye and Buffalo Wild Wings and longtime car owner Dave Lunstra to form his own team in just 1 month. So far, so good. Dobmeier, kind enough to join us from our Grand Forks studio to talk more about it. Mark, thanks for the time. How are things going here in what's been a very hectic couple of months?
Things have definitely been hectic for a couple months, but things are going really good. We kind of, we're starting to get settled a little bit. We got everything in place. We got our shop set up now. Just this past weekend, I think was the first time where once we got back from Jackson Nationals, we got back at 6 in the morning on Sunday, and 12 o'clock we got up and we were able to just wash a car or work on a car, and that was a darn good feeling because we could get through a lot of work in a hurry without trying to organize stuff and set up shop and get things rocking and rolling. So it's been a crazy couple months, but we're finally to that point now where we can kind of focus more on the race car and get things moving and shaking the way we need them to.
And forming your own team, not exactly sure how things were going to start off. So far, pretty positive results. How did it all come together the way it has?
Well, it's, I don't know, to be honest. Everything's been happening so fast, but basically friends and family have been pitching in, helping out. The two biggest breaks that I've had that have helped me along the way is having Todd and Susan LaHaye with the Buffalo Wild Wings jump on board and help me get going, give me the opportunity to buy in their equipment and help them out with some sponsorship along to go with it. Having Dave Lunstra back on board with me was a huge help. Also all my other sponsors, Dulster Motors, he probably had more trust in me than anything because as soon as he heard about it, all he did is drop off a check and he said, you know what, I know you're going to get something going, and he had all the faith in the world in me. So a lot of other sponsors have come on board as well. We have DeKalb Seed now. Dammer Trucking just came on board last weekend. They're helping us out quite a bit. K-Star Farms, Forks Radiator, of course. Danielle's Cleaning and Lean Packaging out of Crookston, Minnesota. So just having everybody jump on board and recognizing I still wanted to go racing, still competitive, and still want to do this on a Midwest basis, and having everybody just back me, like no questions asked, really has been probably the most gratifying thing that's happened to me along the way here.
Now, typically, Mark, forming your own team, that usually means a lot more responsibility and a lot more to worry about. Have you found that to be the case here through the first couple of months?
Oh, it definitely is. I was pretty fortunate with the Midco team. They took care of a lot of the truck and the trailer and ordering everything. Well, a lot of that fell on me, but I've had a lot of friends along the way that have helped me out with a lot of stuff as well. So just trying to disperse the workload and getting everybody in the spot where they need to be, and just getting it all going has been definitely a little bit more. But like I said, friends and family pitching in, helping out. Everyone's grabbing jobs and going, and they recognize that I need help right now, and everybody's been helping me out. So it's been a little bit of a challenge, but overall it's been fairly smooth. We couldn't ask for better results so far. We've been pretty solid all along the way here, and hoping to build some speed so we can get at these Outlaws this weekend.
Yeah, speaking of the Outlaws, a pretty busy stretch here. In 8 days you had to put 4 shows together trying to get this car going, with 3 shows in 2 days at the Jackson Nationals. Now not a lot of time to rest with the World of Outlaws coming to River City Speedway on Friday night for their first trip through North Dakota. You do have a few Outlaw wins, but none at your home track where you have 100 career victories. You have another shot, so I'm sure you're really excited. This is one you look forward to.
There's 2 races I look forward to the most every season, and that's the World of Outlaws show in Grand Forks at River City Speedway, and then the other World of Outlaws show in Grand Forks at River City Speedway. This race probably means more to me than any other race out there, and we've been very close. We've been very competitive at all of them. We've just been that little tick off. When you're racing with the Outlaws, you got to have absolutely everything in line. You got to have your car in line, the driver's got to be in line, the crew's got to be in line. You got to have a little bit of luck on your side to go with it, and we've been very close, but not close enough to pull it off. We've done it at Houston Speedway a couple times on my second home track, once at Wilmot and once at Knoxville, but to ever pull one off at River City Speedway, where I grew up, where I used to sell programs outside the racetrack when my dad was racing, that would mean everything to me.
Well, you haven't lost yet this season at River City, so that's a good sign moving into the weekend anyway, right?
Yeah, we definitely got some speed here right away. It's been a little bit of adjusting. You know, we have different frames now, different motors. Basically, all the racing equipment's different for us. But at the same time, it's a sprint car, and we've raced them for years, so we know what to do with them to get them to work. So we definitely got some speed coming in here, and it'll change things a little bit. You know, when the Outlaws come around, we run softer tires than we do on a regular basis. So you have to adjust your setup in a hurry and try to stay on top of everything. But just coming off the Jackson Nationals, running 3 nights with them, I think that helped out a lot. We learned a lot, especially when you get 3 nights of racing in a row. The first night we struggled a little bit. The second night we were so-so and then had a flat tire. And then the last night, by the time we hit the last night, we had a pretty good package together. We're moving forward pretty well. So I'm licking my chops. Can't wait to get them up here on Friday.
Well, it's taken a little while to get used to the new colors, but the car and the driver look the same to me. So best wishes to you this weekend and season, and we'll catch up down the road, okay?
You bet. We'll do.
All right, that's Mark Dobmeier joining us here on Midco Motorsports. Should be a really fun show at the Bull Ring on Friday night. Jay.
All right, thanks, Brian. Well, the race at River Cities will be the first leg of the Northern Tour for the World of Outlaws Craftsman Sprint Cars. From there, they'll move on to Minot for the Magic City Showdown at Nodak Speedway on Sunday. Qualifying for both nights is set for 7 p.m.